Hi everybody. Hi everybody. It's your friend Daniel Hutchins. So we're back again. It is like 5:30 where I am right now. It's about 5:30 a.m. So I decided, I figured I'd read some information for you about the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four. Okay, but not just any Fantastic Four. My generation of the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four in 2005. Okay, Chris Columbus, the director, has revealed why he is fired from 2005 Fantastic Four. This was revealed and published about a few days ago, and it is still kind of hot on the truck right now. So, Chris Columbus, the famous director, made several blockbusters like Home Alone, Miss Doubtfire, and some of the Harry Potter movies. However, most recently, he's done a show on Netflix. But not every project he has done has a smooth sailing. He recently says why, when he was attached and he was credited to be an executive producer on the 2005 Fantastic Four. However, he claims he had nothing to do with that because he is fired by 20th Century Fox before they shot the film. The 2005 movie, based on the superhero team, was directed by Tim Story and a script written by Mark Frost and Michael France. However, Columbus also served on a writer to some point in time. He was lined up to produce the film until he was unceremoniously booted off the show. However, he explained what happened during a recent appearance on the Fade to the Black, a podcast you can listen to. And he says, ultimately, he had too much of an opinion about the end vision, he says. We were in this weird situation where in the room, on the first Fantastic Four, I've worked on a script. There were lots of writers involved, but the problem was they were about to make a movie and I was producing in it, and I was like, I met with the director and had some idea. I basically said, some of this concept art should feel more like Jack Kirby, the creator on Fantastic Four. It should feel more like a Silver Age in Marvel. I then left that meeting, and on the way back to my house, I got the call from the head of 20th Century Fox saying I was fired, and I had too much of an opinion. Okay, so we know our team has Jessica Alba, Ian Grufford, Chris Evans, and Michael Chiklis. Okay, that's my generation of Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is a live action movie based on the beloved series. However, if you exclude the 1994 version, the live action version that was never released, focused on the origin stories on the Marvel and the First Family. Despite the solid box office haul, this movie was largely panned by the critics, and reflected it with a reason with it had a 28% on Rotten Tomato. Reviews took issue with the film's generic plot, goofy notion, and the uneven acting. It felt like it prevented it from living up to the source material and its true potential. Okay. Would Chris Columbus ever want to direct a superhero movie again? Well, then, to some point, he had an interest to one point in time, but he admits that his experience with Fantastic Four has soured him on the idea. He circled around the idea of Spider-Man before Sam Raimi took the charge, and he also had an idea for Daredevil, but that was also panned as well. So, he explained on the podcast where he admires the work of superheroes on the genre. He's happy to be a viewer rather than an active participant of the team, and saying, over the years, people have done it so well that I personally and potentially have lost interest in making superhero movies. It started off a little bit in Spider-Man when I saw Sam Raimi did do that. I thought it was a perfect movie. Certainly Matt Reeves and his Batman with Robert Pattinson was a brilliant movie as well. I realize I don't have a desire to make movies like that anymore because people are doing them much better than me, and I could in any point in my career. Instead of creating an adventure with the Fantastic Four, he's been busy doing some other stuff with Pierce Brosnan on his project The Thursday Murder Club. This is a crime comedy caper based on the best-selling novel. It's already landed a nice score on Rotten Tomato. Tell us more on what Columbus is working on next. Well, this is what that article was. So, again, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you later.